Reading Inventory is a computer adaptive assessment that measures your reading level and reports it as a Lexile measure. It's made up of two subtests, the Foundational Reading Assessment and the Reading Comprehension Assessment. This video will focus on the Reading Comprehension Assessment, which you will take 2 to 4 times this year to monitor your reading progress. This video will help you prepare for your first test by taking you through the 4 parts. Choosing book interests, taking a practice test, taking the Reading Comprehension Assessment, and viewing a reading list. Log in using the username and password provided to you by your teacher. Now click Go On. After logging in, you'll see 2 buttons, one for Foundational Reading Assessment and one for the Reading Comprehension Assessment. Click the blue Reading Comprehension button to begin the assessment. First, you'll choose your book interests by selecting 3 reading categories that interest you. This will help create your personalized book recommendations. It does not affect the test questions. If you try to select more than 3 reading interest categories, this box will pop up reminding you that only 3 categories can be chosen. If you change your mind about a category you've selected, click it again to deselect and choose another interest category. Once you have chosen your 3 reading interest categories, click Next to hear directions for taking the Reading Comprehension Assessment.
For each question, you will read a passage, then complete a sentence about what you read. Select the word that best completes the sentence by clicking on it. You can change your answer by clicking another word. When you are ready, click the Next button. You can skip a question by clicking the Skip button. You can skip up to 3 questions. The Skip button will show you how many skips you have left.
If you don't wish to have the directions read aloud, you can click the speaker icon at any time to mute the voice. You can also click this icon to hear directions read again. When you're finished listening to and/or reading the directions, click Next to begin the practice test. Before you begin the actual test, you will take a short practice test. The questions in the practice test do not count towards your score, but it is important to do your best. Watch as I model reading this question and use evidence from the text to choose the best answer. Tess likes to run. She is good at it. She wins many races. She is fast, sick, tall, or cold. I think the best answer is fast. The evidence from the text that supports my thinking is the sentence that says she wins many races. I will select the answer by clicking the word fast. Click Next to go on. It is important to know that once you click Next, you cannot go back to change your answer. During the practice test, you are allowed to skip 3 questions. Skip questions by clicking the Skip button at the top corner of the screen. You can keep track of your skips by looking here. You can see, after skipping the last question, there are 2 skips remaining. The Font Size button allows you to make the font size larger or smaller depending on your preference. Now let's look at the question. Emily capped the marker she'd been using to scribble her second picture. She tossed it back into its box. Then she jumped to her feet. She had finished eating, drawing, swimming, or sewing. The passage says Emily capped the marker she'd been using to scribble her second picture. So I think the answer is she had finished drawing. I will select it by clicking the word drawing. Once you've chosen your answer, click Next to move on. This screen means that you have completed the practice test. All remaining questions are part of the actual reading comprehension assessment and will count toward your score. Keep in mind that each reading comprehension assessment is based on your level and performance, so you'll see questions that are just right for you. If you need to log off at any point during the test, you can click the Log Out button and resume testing later. Be sure to let your teacher know so he or she can plan a time for you to finish your test. When you begin the actual reading comprehension assessment, your skips start over. You can see there are 3 skips remaining. Skips do not affect your score, but use them thoughtfully. Follow along as I read this question aloud and select the best answer using evidence from the text. Start off the day right. Pick out your clothes the night before. Pack your lunch too. When you wake up, you will be ready to go. You will not be late. In the morning, you will save time, food, light, or room. I think the best answer is time, because the text says pick out your clothes and pack your lunch the night before. I know that doing these things the night before will save time in the morning. I will select the answer by clicking the word time. Click Next to go on. Remember, once you click Next, you cannot go back to change your answer. The Reading Comprehension Assessment tracks your performance to provide questions at the right level for you. Carefully read and answer each question. You're a winner because you're here. It doesn't matter when you cross the finish line. She smiled at him. Some people are winners because they don't give up no matter what happens to them. He had kept answering, singing, trying, or resting. I'm not sure about this one. I think the answer could be resting because it seems like he just finished a race. On second thought, I think the better answer is trying. The text says some people are winners because they never give up. That means he was trying. To change an answer on the Reading Comprehension Assessment, simply click the new answer choice. Once you're satisfied with your answer, click Next. This is our final question for today. But when you take the actual Reading Comprehension Assessment, you'll complete about 20 to 30 questions. After you've completed the Reading Comprehension Assessment, you'll see this screen. Here you can view your Lexile measure and a personalized reading list. Once you've reviewed your reading list, click Log Out to exit. This pop-up asks if you're sure you want to log out. If you are, click Yes to log out. This screen means that all portions of the Reading Comprehension Assessment are complete and you are finished for the day.